Record.
Morning, Patty.
Good morning. How are you?
Good.
Good. I just started to push record. I was a little late. I was a couple of minutes, seconds late, but I was doing up my dishes. All right. So today is Pilates Stretch Day. On this beautiful sunny day. So let's get started. So let's go bring our arms all the way up and around for 3. And let's go the other way. 1, 2, and 3. And let's go the other arm. Nice to see that sun shining out there. Still a little cool though. It was 7 degrees, but it seemed a lot cooler than that. All right, nicely done. Let's bring our arms out nice and wide. We're going to reach. So shoulders are nice and relaxed. Your rib cage is up off your hip bones and your core is engaged. Okay, we're going to reach for those opposite walls. Let those shoulders relax. Let's reach those index fingers. Really stretch them to those walls. Now your loud finger and your ring finger. Stretch. And your baby. And let's do 6 circles. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and the other way. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Let's bring our hands up nice and tall up to the sky. And let's just sway it side to side, nice and slowly. Just breathing in and out, leading with that rib cage. That feels so good though, eh? Awesome. All right. And then back up to center. And 6 full body squats coming down those side walls, booty back. All the way back up and back down. Really exaggerate, blowing out that breath. Squeeze those glutes. One more. And all the way up and all the way down. All right. Let's do our hip circles. 1, 2, 3, and the other way. 1, 2, and 3, and the other leg. 1, 2, 3, and forwards. 2 and 3. And let's go all the way up onto our tippy toes. All right, we're going to squeeze those calves. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Down on 1, up on 2. Squeezing. Up. Squeeze. And down. And let's just roll our right ankle. Roll in. And roll the other way. And let's go on the outside of that ankle. And on the inside. And then go up on those toes, push your arch of your foot forward. Scrunch across those toes. And bring that foot down. And we're going to squeeze the shag carpet with your toes. Bring that shag carpet in, squeeze it towards you. Squeeze. And I want you to feel the arch of your foot raising. Raise, try to hold that feeling where your arch of your foot is being raised. And then tickle your toes, move your toes. All right. Awesome stuff. All right, let's do the other foot. Rolling. Have a tickle in my throat. and rolling the other way. Right, and on the outside of that ankle. And on the inside. And then up on that toe, pushing your arch forward. Roll across those toes. All right, and then down, and again. Squeeze that shag carpet with your toes. Arch of your foot raising up. And then squinch your toes. Nice. All right, standing nice and tall. Again, rib cage up, belly in. Nice big deep breath in and out. Keep that core engaged, just like that. And breathe. All right. We're going to raise your right knee up. I want you to try to focus on keeping your hips square. All right. So bring that knee up. All right. And we're just going to roll our wrist and ankle, rolling around. We're doing a lot of things here, balance and right. Open those toes and fingers, squeeze. Toes and fingers. And down. And let's do the other side. So again, set. Again, you might want to tilt your pelvis just a tiny bit to get those hips holding square. Bring that leg up. Right? And roll. It's kind of hard if you don't have a mirror in front of you to see. Right? Open and close. Open, close, open, and close, and down. All right, give a nice big nose. Shakaroo. Awesome. All right, let's do a nice little pat down, pat up, I should say. Upstairs. And move those organs around. And up your arms. And across your pecs. Up your throat. Across your face. And let's get right underneath your skull and wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. All right, get those tendons and muscles wiggling back there. And we're going to shift our eyes right to left, right to left, right, left, right, left, up, down, up, down, up, and down. All right, good stuff. All right, we're going to extend our arms out. Okay, again, rib cage up, belly in. We're going to do some small arms. We're going to be working those tiny muscles that are attached to our big muscles. So again, reach those arms from wall to wall, relax those shoulders down. All right, and we're going to push forward. Push it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Palms are back. Push it back. 1. Feel what you're working right now. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Palms are up. Push it up. 1, 2. That's really heavy cement that you're pushing up. Push it up. 3, 4, 5, 6, and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And shake those arms. All right. Okay, we're going to get our heart rate up. We're going to just walk back and we're going to do our step 1, 2. So starting with our right foot, right, left, kick, right, left, extend. Swing those arms. You're standing nice and tall, rib cage is up off your hip bones. Nice big deep breaths in and out. Last one. Kick it. And extend. And left side. Left, right, kick. Left, right, extend. Standing nice and tall. Be proud. Last one on this side, kick it and extend it. Okay, we're going to go sideways. Side lunge with a crunch, all right? So again, standing nice and tall, side lunge over, booty back, elbow knee. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And let's do the other side. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, your chest is open, 2, and 1, and down. All right, let's go up and down this time. So we're just going to do a squat, step, squat, step, up and down. Get the rib cage up, your core is engaged. One more. Side. One more. And side. And end off in the center. Woo! All right. My heart's up. All right, let's stand at the end of your mat. And let's take a nice big deep breath in, going all the way up to the sky, reaching. Your belly's pulled into your back. And let's come all the way down to ragdoll. All right, let's just pulse those feet out. Then bring those heels down. Fold those arms. Nice big deep breath in and out. Let's take that right hand all the way up to the sky. Take a look at those fingers way up there. And bring it back down, and let's do the other arm. And down. Right, soft bend in the knees. We're going to roll up the center of our spine, hitting every vertebrae on the way up. So just pulse it nice and slowly. Find the lowest vertebrae, and then start to roll. Feeling every vertebrae along the way, chin to chest, all the way up. And let's bring our hands to our back for a nice little back arch. And let's go all the way back up to the sky and all the way back down to ragdoll. All right, soft bend in the knees again. And this time we're going to go up the left side of your spine. So right arm, longer than your left, weight distributed evenly over both feet. Pulse it, finding that left vertebrae, and then start to roll up. And roll your shoulders back, coming back up to the sky and back down. And this time we're going to go on the right side of the spine. So left arm longer than your right. Pulse it. And then start with straightening your legs. Belly to your back. Coming up over top of the shoulder blade on that right side. All the way up And roll those shoulders back. Back up to the sky and back down again. Walk those hands out to downward dog. And let's just pulse those feet out again. Nice and controlled, big breaths in and out. All right, heels come down. Let's push away from our hands, going up onto those knuckle pads. Chest is being pushed to your knees. Belly's being pulled up to the sky. And let's just sway it side to side, nice and slowly. Feeling that stretch from your elbow all the way down to your hip. And just breathe nice and slowly in and out. Back to center. Still pushing your chest towards those knees. And let's take that right leg up high behind you. 3 kicks. Bend that knee and look underneath your right shoulder. Reaching that knee to the back wall. Feel the stretch all down your quad, right into your hip flexor there. Straighten that leg out, and we're going to bring it all the way through to our right thumb. Low lunge, and let's take that right hand up to the sky. Look at those fingers. Bring it back down and switch feet. So going to high plank. Left foot comes up, low lunge, left hand up to the sky, back down, switch it again, right leg up, right hand up. Bring that back down, and from here we're going to power up to high lunge. So hands come in front of that right foot, power up to high lunge, belly to your back. Hands are being pulled together like magnets, up and down for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Stay in high lunge. Let's bring those hands all the way down. Woo, to the inside of that right foot. Drop that left knee down to the mat. Wiggle that right foot out. We're going into lizard from here, right? So open up this knee, and you can stay in high lizard. Try to make sure that your hips are square, right? So take a look. You can go down onto your forearms and breathe for 3. All right, come back up and bend that left leg. Reach back for that shoelace and pull that heel towards your left cheek, still opening up that right knee. Let those hips sink into the mat. And then release that, and let's come back and wiggle that right foot back to center. Heel comes onto the mat, toe comes up to the sky. Look back and make sure your hips are square. That left knee is underneath that left hip. All right, and we're going to push our booty back towards that back wall. And then bring our chest down. So that knee is underneath your shoulder, right shoulder. Take a look while you're there, making sure your hips are square. Push your booty back and bring your chest down. And breathe. Awesome stuff. Okay, let's bring that foot back down to the mat. Hands come on either side. We're going up into high plank. Push those shoulders back into their sockets. Then I'm going to hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Push back to downward dog. Push away from your hands. Chest being pushed to those knees and belly being pulled up to the sky. Nice big deep breaths in and out. Everything should be feeling engaged here. All right, let's raise that left leg up high behind you. Still pushing your chest towards that knee. 3 kicks. Bend that knee and look underneath your left shoulder. Push away from your hands. Reach that left knee back to that back wall for that added stretch. Straighten that leg out and let's bring it all the way through to our left thumb. Low lunge. And this time we go bring our right hand up. Really open up that chest and look at those fingers. Bring it back down and let's switch legs. Left hand up. Switch. Left hand up again. And we're going right up to high lunge from here. So hands come in front. Power up. You can do a nice little back arch if you like. To high lunge. And we're going to go up and down for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stay at high lunge. Let's bring our hands all the way down, reaching for those side walls. Inside of that left foot, dropping that right foot. Wiggle that left foot out to the edge, going into lizard. All right, and when you're ready, if you like to, go on down. Awesome stuff. Let's come back up, wiggle that left foot back to center. Toe comes up to the ceiling, hips are square, booty goes back. Feel the stretch. Right when you push your booty back, you're going to feel a stretch all the way down the back of your leg, right? And then bring your chest down. Again, looking to make sure that your hips are square. Bring that foot back. Right, hands come back onto the either side of that left foot, going into high plank from here. Shoulders are back into their sockets. Plank twist to the right. And plank twist to the left. And back to downward dog. Push away from those hands. And let's walk our feet to our hands this time. All the way back to your hands. Bend those knees. Come up into chair position. Right? And let's swing our arms for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And come all the way up. And back down. And let's get right into snowbird position. So on one knee. And extend that right foot out to the side, directly coming from your hip. Core engaged, arms are out and relaxed. Let's do a wing dip, up a centimeter, and let's swipe across. First, 5, belly in, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and wing dip, touch down. We're gonna hold it up to at the top for a second. All right, so reach down that right leg, reach up to the ceiling, feel the stretch. And now wing dips for 6, 5, keeping that core engaged. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And bring that hand down. Bring your right hand onto the hip. Lift that right leg up, toe pointing down. You're going to feel a heaviness in that leg. And let's bring it up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right, extend that right arm and right leg, belly to your back, and crunch it for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and lengthen. And let's switch sides from here. All right, so left leg goes out. Outer foot flat on the floor. Rib cage up off your hip bones, belly pulled in, shoulders are nice and relaxed, reaching for those opposite walls. Dip it down, up a centimeter, and swipe it to your nose and back, keeping that core engaged. 4, 5, that outer foot flat on the floor as well. 2, and 1, wing dips, touch it down, come up, we're staying up here for a second. Lengthen that arm to the sky and down that leg. And dip it out. 6, 5, keeping that rib cage up off your hip bones. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And bring it down. Leg up, hand on hip, toe pointing down, and up and down. 8, 7, 6. Let that leg be heavy. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And lengthen and crunch it. Really bring that belly to your back. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and lengthen, and come all the way to tabletop from here. All right, so your hands are underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips, belly to your back, 3 clicks of the heel, and make a wish for today. Awesome stuff. All right, we're going to go up into bird dog, and we're holding for 5 breaths. All right, so again, have that right hand extended, left leg out, toe pointing down. All right, have that left hand underneath that left shoulder, and try to have that right hip over top of that right knee. Lengthen and breathe. All right, and we're going to slide it out to the side for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hand comes down. Let's bring that left leg out to the side of the mat there. and we're going to do 6 rainbow taps. So bring that leg up and over the mat. Look at the foot on the other side. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and tap it and bring it in. Awesome stuff. We're going to go right up to the other side. Left arm, right leg, bird dog, toe pointing down. Try to have your hips square. Breathing in and out. Nice big deep breaths in and out. Awesome. Okay, going out to the side. Slide it out for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. It was tippy there, and rainbow taps on the side. 1, 2, keep the belly to your back. 3, 4, 5, and 6, and bring it out to the side and down into child's pose. Slide those hands down in front. Forehead comes down to the mat. Just kind of rock it side to side. Nice big deep breaths in and out. Walk your hands over to the right, left cheek off the left heel, big breath. And let's go over to the other side. When I say big breath, I want you to bring that breath all the way, fill your belly full, and then let it out nice and slowly. You're going to feel you sink into that pose even more. Back to center. And let's bring our forehands down on the mat. Open up our knees, keeping our toes together. And we're going to do some shoulder work now. So we're going to bring that arm all the way up to the sky. Look at those fingers all the way up there. And thread the needle between your elbow and your knee, bringing your cheek down to the mat. Making sure you have a breath out. And then repeat. On this next one, you're going to bring that all the way up to the sky. And then you're going to bring it around and grab your opposite hip. So right hand grabs your left hip. And look up. And then bring that forearm down to the mat. Same thing on the other side. All the way up. Really reaching back and looking up at those fingers. Opening up your pecs there. And slide it through. Cheek comes down. And repeat. Then hip grab. When you're hip grabbing, you're opening up that shoulder. Push that shoulder back and look up at the sky. And bring that forearm back down to the mat. We're going to go up onto our knees, still our feet together, knees are apart. Walk those forearms down the mat a little bit. Have them about shoulder width apart. Bring your shoulders over top of those elbows. All right, we're going to push our whole hand and forearm into the mat. Resist bringing them back to your knees and slowly sit down, keeping that resistance with a breath out. And then right back up to do it again. Push, resist, breathe out and sit down. And another time. And then come back up, and we're going to bring our right hand to 2 o'clock, left hand on top, sternum over top. Same thing, you're pushing in, resist bringing back to that left knee. You're immediately going to feel your left rib cage. And then slowly sit down on those legs. 3 times, go at your own pace. It is a floss, so there's no really holding at any point. But the breath work is so important. And then we're going to go over to 10 o'clock, same thing. Push, resist, bring to your right knee. Three times. I'm on my third. Push, resist. Awesome. All right. Let's sit down on our mats with our feet out in front of us. I just tilt this just a tiny little bit. There we go. Sitting up nice and tall with your legs out in front, shoulders back, nice big smile on your face. Core is engaged. Let's wiggle those feet all the way open as far as they go. Right. So sitting up nice and tall, let's bring our hands out in front and push those shoulders back. Okay, your rib cage is up off your hip bones. Take that right hand, swipe it all the way around, bringing your left hand towards your toe. Reach forward as far as you can. And then looking down, bring your chest down, stretching those arms out. Then come back up and swipe across to the other side. Reach for the wall first. Looking down, and then collapse down on front on that leg, reaching and back up. One more time on this side. Again, breathing out as you're coming down. Back up and then twist again. Last one. And then come back up to center. And we're going to walk our hands all the way out in front as far as you can go. As far as you can go. Hold it. And then just collapse it down and breathe. And then come all the way back up. We're going to take this right leg, bring that bottom of your foot to your inner left leg. We're going into 3. First of all, we're just going to sit here like this. Let's just open up that leg. Let that leg just relax. Right, and now we're going to do 3 crazies on this side. So swiping around, arching back. I really want you to push your hip flexors forward and reach for the back wall. That's 1, 2, and 3. And let's just do the other side. 1, 2, and 3, and coming with both legs lengthwise onto the mat. Let's bring our hands up to the sky. We're going to do a forward fold from here. All right, so we're going to walk those hands across the ceiling, down the wall. Start looking down towards your knees, reaching for the wall in front of you. Reaching, keep going down as far as you can go. And then collapse it down and massage your feet. The tops of your toes are your brain. So let's tap the top of your toes. And then just massage all around. Breathing in and out. Awesome. Squish those toes, pull them back. And we're going to roll all the way back up. Roll those shoulders back. Let's bring our hands out in front. Nice big deep breath in and out. And we're going to roll down vertebrae by vertebrae, nice and slowly, all the way down to the mat. Let's move here, my water. And let's bring those hands out to T. Belly to the mat. Lengthen those hands, pushing your shoulders into the floor. Let's bring those knees up above our hips. Take a look. Are they above our hips? You should feel your lower abs if they are. Okay, pushing your belly to the mat. Let's bring those knees over to the right, looking to the left, keeping your shoulders on the mat. And we're going into supine twist for 3 breaths. Bring that hand on top of that knee for a little added stretch. And breathe. This hip is tight. All right, let's go back up to center. Again, focus on those knees over top of the hips and bring those knees over to the left, looking to the right. Actually, both hips are tight. And let's come back to center and bring your feet down to the mat. Take your right foot, cross it over your left knee. Open up that knee and then bring that knee towards your belly. And we're going to do a fascial stretch here. So you're going to push your knee into your palm and then open up that knee, keeping that resistance. And repeat it, knee to palm. And then open up, should feel a little better. And then let's grab behind our left knee, pulling that left knee towards our left shoulder. And again, our left foot is directly in front of that left knee. Pull and push out with that right elbow. And breathe. And release. And repeat. Pull. Everything's in line. Push out. And release. Let's give our legs a nice little shakeroo. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Left foot over. Open up that knee. Bring the knee to your belly button. And again, knee to palm, open up. Keep that knee to palm. And just repeat it. I'm doing it 3 times. Knee to palm. I have to keep saying it to myself because I want to push my palm to that knee. Awesome. Okay, let's bring that grab behind your right knee. Pull it to your right shoulder. Everything's in line. Pull and push. And then repeat when you're ready. Awesome. And then bring it all the way down. And let's lengthen our arms and legs. You can wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Let's reach for those opposite walls. Belly to the mat, reaching. Reach right arm, left leg. Left arm, right leg. There's trouble. Oh, she just ate Nicholas and Christina's wedding invitation. Bum. All right. Okay, where am I now? All right, we're going to bring our grab both knees and go into a nice ball and roll side to side. I knew she was eating something up there. She loves paper. All right, let's extend that right leg. Keep hugging your left leg. Hug. Lengthen that right leg. And switch. And switch. Yeah, you've been a real pain in the butt today. All right. And then just roll over onto our side. From there, okay? And we're going to do some clams because we haven't done clams all week. All right, so make sure you are lined up on your mat, the side of your mat. So your heel, your hips and your shoulder are on the same line. Let's get our waistline up off the mat and our feet up. And we're only going to do 10. So 10 clams, 2, squeezing your glute at the top, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, drop that leg. Lengthen that left leg. Your waistline is still up off the mat. Let's go up and down for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Out in front, directly in front of your hip. 6 circles. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and bring it back. All right, and we're going to do heel toe. All right, so kind of go up onto your elbow, I guess, here. And I want you to tap your heel to the back side of the mat and the toe just in front of your body. So open your hip, close your hip. Open, close. Open, close. You actually put your hand on there and feel your hip closing and opening. Close and open. Awesome. And then let's get up. And we're going to do again, crunching for the side. So crunch your elbow to your knee for 1, extend, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and lengthen. And let's just flip over to the other side. Just a short clam one. All right. Let's get the rib cage up and feet up, and we're clamming it out. 1, 2. I want you to really focus on your glute. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, oh yeah, 9, and 10. Down, leg toe points down, up and down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and out front, 6 circles. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and bring it back. And heel, toe, open, close. One more. And let's crunch it out. Ready? Extend both arms and leg. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and lengthen. And let's just roll over onto your backs from here. You're going to need, just grab something, or you can pretend, but grab something. We're going to pass the buck, is what I always like to just call it, but I'm passing a rolled up towel. You can pass a band or a ball or whatever you want to pass, a sock, a shoe. All right, so have that object in your hands overhead. You're going to focus on our bellies right now. So, okay, you're going to lengthen your torso and then push your belly to the back. And we're going to bring both hands and legs up, pass the object to your feet, bring that object all the way down, and then back up, reach for it, and back down. Keep passing, kind of reaching for the sky with your legs and hands as you pass it, and bring it back down. If you're not sure about your back, bend those knees a little bit, okay, when you're coming down. And also breathe out as you're coming down. Up, down, belly to your back. Three more. Two more. You're saying, wow, how is she counting? One more. All the way up, all the way down. Pass it back to your hands and coming all the way back down. All right, so our hands are extended over. We're going to roll all the way back up. So let's bring our hands out in front, push those shoulders into the mat. We're going to roll all the way up. If you need to, grab behind your knees, reach for your toes. And we're going to roll all the way back down, nice and slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae. Lengthen and roll all the way back up again. Having a hard time with that one. Reach for your feet, nice and slowly, just rolling all the way back down and up. Nice big deep breath as you're rolling back up. Lengthen at the bottom. We have two more. Lengthen and roll. Roll. And rolling all the way back down. Awesome stuff. All right, let's roll over onto our bellies. And just before we And with our warmed cool down, let's just go all the way up. And we're going to get into pigeon. So I always like to go into pigeon from a plank position. Bring your knee into your chest and across the mat. All right. And you can stay in high pigeon. Or you can go down to low pigeon. Either way, I would like you to stay here for 3 breaths, just stretching out and lengthening that hip and glute there. Breathing in and out. And then let's just switch legs from here. You just play with it. Do what you can. If you can stay on your forearms, stay on your forehands. If you can bring your forehead down to the mat, bring your forehead down to the mat. Just breathe, because every breath out, you're sinking further into this stretch. And that's all you need. You don't need to push anything, force anything. Your breath will do it for you. Awesome stuff. And when you're done, just roll all the way back up. And let's sit cross-legged onto the mat here. And sitting nice and tall. A little pressure on those quads here, pushing, opening up those legs a little more. Switch legs. Take your left hand, cross it over your right knee, and look back for 2 breaths. Relax those knees. Mine were probably up to my chin. And come across to the other side. Back to center. Let's bring the soles of our feet together. Bring them into your body. Open up those knees. Again, go with your breath. And hands come back behind you. And let's do a couple knee taps. All right, pushing your hip flexor up. Switch. And again, try to have your knees on the mat when you're doing this. You may not be able to do it right now, but you will. Just keep doing it. That's flexibility, mobility. Awesome stuff. And then sitting up nice and tall. Any position that you want to sit in comfortably. Just sitting up tall. Rib cage up off your hip bones. Shoulders are back and relaxed. Let's take our right ear and take it over to our right shoulder. Shoulders are not moving. Leave it here. Now, look up with your eyeballs. Look down with your eyeballs. Back to center. And let's take that left ear over to your right, left ear over your left shoulder. Ooh, very tight on this side. And breathe, always breathing nice and controlled. All right, shift those eyes up. You should feel the stretch a little higher in your neck, and shift those eyes down, and you'll feel that stretch across your trap a little more. back to center. And let's do 3 circles with your nose, nice big circles, 2, 3, the other way, 3, 2, and 1. And then let's take our chin and take it over top of the right shoulder. All the way over to the left. Back to center. And turn, and let's do 3 rock and rolls to ragdoll. 1, 2, and we're going up to ragdoll. Again, I always like to stay and squat for a little bit and push my heels into the mat. It's nice quad stretch. But all right, and once we're up into ragdoll, fold those hands, and we're just going to stay here for 3 breaths in and out. Sway it side to side. You're gonna hug those knees. Hug, 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 hug. Say thank you, legs, for doing everything you do to help me do the things I can do. And let those hands relax, soft bend in the knees, and we're going to roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. All the way up your spine. And shoulders come back. And let's just give it a big old shakeroo. That's it for Friday. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody. High fives.